CD Projekt Red have released the official modding tools for Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and the modding community immediately jumped on them and started producing a lot of interesting mods, and I thought I would share a handful that grabbed my attention. And the first mod is going to be a mod that fixes something that really does annoy me just a little, and that thing is that little speech bubble behind Geralt, the one floating above the quartermaster. It's the sort of thing that I feel should have been an option in the game from the start. I think you should have been able to go along to options and HUD configuration and turn off the bubble. In fact, the only thing you can turn off in that regard is the NPC name, which still leaves the horrible talk bubble there. But with a mod called NoTalk Icon, you get rid of it. As you can see, the quartermaster now has no talk bubble above his head. I can still talk to him. If I get close to him, it tells me which key to press to talk to him, and I get a message saying talk, but I don't get the horrible speech bubble that floats above all of their heads. For me, this is a massive improvement. That bubble really didn't serve any purpose other than to kind of break the immersion of the game. So this mod is actually the first mod that has gone into my load order and has been kept. This is the first mod beside the one I created that I have used in my current playthrough. Very simple idea, but a great idea, and I'm glad someone's done it. The next mod I'm going to look at is another great idea. It might not be essential for many of you, but some of you will definitely appreciate it. And it's a mod that stops the auto correction of the camera. And what I'm talking about is if you have Geralt and you start running down this path and then you turn the camera to face his side, the camera will try to fix itself. It's trying now to get behind Geralt. And of course, because I'm pressing the side button, he's running in circles. So what I have to keep doing is keep correcting the camera if I want to run down this path but watch from the side. Now, this isn't something a lot of people are likely to do, although occasionally you will look around. But maybe you're recording some video footage like I do and you want to record from the side or perhaps the front. This is very much something I like to do with the horse riding. Maybe I just want... Oh, you can see it there. It's very, very strong on the horse riding. I want to just keep the side and ride the horse, and it keeps turning my camera, which I don't like. But with a mod called No Automatic Camera Centering, I have no such problem. I'm going to move the camera to the side, and as you can see, I can keep looking in that direction. It gives me total control. I can even ride straight towards the camera. To give you an idea of how useful it can be on horseback, if I start cantering down this road, I can change the angle of the horse to be in front and below, and it will follow the road without turning the camera a single time, which is really good for making video footage like this, as you can imagine. I'm not sure how useful it will be for people playing, because sometimes the automatic centering can be useful, especially if you're walking up and down paths. Maybe you want to just relax on the mouse. Right now, as you can see, I can run around. But if you're the sort of person who likes total control, who likes to control exactly where the camera is going, so maybe you want to run looking down at the ground without it constantly moving it down, this mod is one you're going to want to take a look at. The only real request I would have for this mod, change-wise, would be to have some options. It would be nice if I could, for example, have the centering camera on Geralt, but when he mounts the horse, have total control, because it's a lot more annoying on the horse. Or perhaps even an option to turn it on and off in the menu. Yet another great idea, and yet another thing that I can't help feel should have been an option in the base game. So, very grateful to the mod author for creating this one. One of the recurring themes in the Witcher series for me has been the problem of Geralt always putting his sword away. Now you could see there, I automatically drew my sword when I was spotted by the wolf, and I don't mind that too much. But what I do mind is when I run away, if I run away, I know exactly when I'm safe. I know exactly when I've got away because he will put his sword away. Once I'm out of aggro range, which apparently I am now, he will stop and put his sword away. Now I did not do that. He did it himself, which is slightly annoying. I mean, it's useful under that circumstance, but for example, if I actually decided to kill the wolf, if I can manage it, which is not necessarily a given. I'll kill the wolf, and I'll put the sword away. Now, this is something that's annoyed me a little bit in the series as a whole, but with a mod called NoTalk, you can engage the enemies. You still take the sword out automatically. You'll notice Geralt took the sword out as soon as he realised he was under attack. But if I run away and get out of the aggro zone... Okay, keep running. I will not know that I've escaped until I see them run away. I have not put my sword away, as you can see. I can keep it out and go back warily, and I can decide if I want to put the sword away. And for me, this is much better. I don't mind the game automatically taking my sword out for me. That seems like an instinct. Geralt sees danger, the sword comes out. But as for putting the sword away, I'd like to have the control, so this mod, very, very useful. The next mod is not a mod I will be using myself because I never use fast travel. But if you do use fast travel and you don't want to have to constantly run off to the nearest signpost to use it, you might want to give this one a try. It pretty much allows you to fast travel from anywhere. You can fast travel from anywhere on the map to any of the signposts. So I can run away from the signpost, away over here, it could be in the middle of nowhere, and I can just say, okay, it's time to go back, or time to visit somewhere completely different. Let's go to the sawmill, and I can do it. Pretty simple, pretty basic, and if you are into fast traveling, if you like the convenience of that, this mod might be one you want to give a quick look at. And the final mod I'm going to show you is one that I think is, well, it's become an essential one for me, and it's a mod that changes the map. One of the problems I have with the map in The Witcher 3 is if I scroll out to the maximum zoom, that's it. That's the maximum zoom I can get, so I've got to sort of drag the map all around to see everything. In fact, I can't actually see the entire area in one go. The only way to do this would be to press space and go to the world map. But for the regional map, that is it. That's the maximum I can see, which is obviously not particularly good. But with the main map zoom mod, say that quickly a few times, as you can see, I can see the entire area in one go. When you first go in, you will see a harsh line here. It is just a visual thing. If you zoom in and out, it does fade away and become soft again. You can actually zoom out as much as you want. You can zoom out to the point where it's completely and utterly useless. It's totally and utterly up to you. This is a much better way of using the map, for me at least. It allows me to see the entire area, plan my route, and just generally find things a lot quicker rather than being zoomed in here and having to constantly scroll left and right. So, for me, this, again, is yet another thing that I think should have been in the main game. I'm not totally sure why they restricted the zoom. I think this is a lot more pleasant. Well, that is it for this video. Obviously Witcher 3 mods are coming out rapidly at the moment, and so it will not be too long before the next video, and I hope you can join me for that. I look forward to seeing you there, and until then, remember, as always, have fun.